So my dad just said I should take down personal stuff from my website because people don't want to see that. And he said you need to keep it like personal and business separate. And I think what he's referring to is I have an about me on my website, and it basically talks about how I worked as a dancer and I was basically a stripper. And I have a really cute picture. I might see if I can find it here. I can't, but he kind of just wants me to hide certain parts of myself that aren't appealing for business. And the start of me masking really did start with him as an autistic person, because I learned early on kind of from him that some things weren't okay socially, or some things were weird or unacceptable, basically. And I've worked a lot, really hard, to try to be my fucking self, authentically as I fucking am, and not care what other people think, or not care if it wards off certain types of business, and not care if it's not digestible to people, or if people think it's repulsive or wrong. I want to be authentic. I want people to go on my website and know exactly who the fuck I am. Which is a dancer. Which is autistic. Which is gay. Which is witchy. And also know the services I provide. Because if somebody was going to consider me for house cleaning or as a personal trainer, and they said, oh, actually I changed my mind, this person was a stripper, and that's immoral, and that's wrong, and that's evil and sinful, I don't want to work with that person anyways. There's 10 billion people on the planet. I'll get business from someone else. You know, that's how I feel. But it does hurt to hear my dad give me this advice again. Of basically hide parts of yourself. That's the only way you can succeed and win, is if you hide the parts that are acceptable. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to fucking do that. And he told me oh, you know, post whatever you want on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, but keep your website separate. Why can't my website be me, authentically as my fucking self? And why is there a right way to do things and a wrong way? And why is the cringy way the wrong way? Or the authentic, fully authentic way the wrong way? I don't want that. I want to be completely myself, authentic and true, and have that consistent. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, my website, anywhere you find me, you will see me as myself. Not trying to be some Chad business bro with a chic professional website, but a website that looks like it's a person who's neurodivergent and gay and authentic, because that will attract the right people. I just got to the gym, so... And I meant to wake up today at 9. I didn't. I slept a long time. But yesterday I talked to my mom a little bit about autism. And she said she knew I was autistic when I was really little. She also knew I was gay. And she didn't do anything about the autism because she didn't want me to be bullied or treated differently. And she didn't really know how to have an autistic kid as a mother. And so unfortunately I didn't find out until like a year ago. And it's really fucking hard to be late diagnosed autistic and not have any of the tools or support or information to understand your condition, and to be treated so differently and bullied a lot and not have any awareness of what's going on. It's really hard. And now I'm just all learning this, and I'm almost 30. But I just kind of wanted to talk about that, I guess. That really, really, upset me. Don't be weird. Don't be autistic. Don't be different. Just try to fit in. Just try to hide. Just try to be like everyone else, to be professional. And autistic isn't professional. That's the message I'm getting. Gay isn't professional. Witch isn't professional. It reminds you a little bit about in the early 2000s, you could search unprofessional hairstyles, and all the hairstyles were cornrows and afros and hairstyles that just were the natural way you style your hair as a black person. And is it okay, is this unprofessional hairstyles, or is it just we're saying black people are unprofessional? And I think that sort of feels like the same thing. Being a witch, being autistic, being gay isn't gonna get you successful business. That's the message. And I don't want that fucking message. I'm sorry. There's probably at least 1 billion people on this planet who are either gay men, there's a lot more than that, I can guarantee, but who are either gay men, autistic, or witches. Okay? They need somebody like me. And the rest of those 9 billion people can fuck off. I don't care about them. The 1 billion will get me enough business. So, that's how I'm feeling. It's hard to hear those things from my dad, because that's what built up my mask in the first place, of trying to be someone I'm not, trying to be something I'm not, so that I can be more acceptable, more professional, more loved, more good. And there was never a clear answer of why. I even asked him today, why? Keep it separate. And he said, just trust me, That's all he said. He couldn't really dive down into the reasons. And it reminded me about a conversation I had with him as a young person about sexuality and, shame and being gay and asking questions. And he didn't really have the answers. He just said, just trust me, this is the way it is. You don't want to be like that because it's weird. And I don't want to live in that box anymore. And I want to just be completely raw in myself, even if it pushes the wrong people away. They're the wrong people, and I don't want them anyways. So, anyway, we're out of time, so I gotta get into the gym. Thanks for listening.